And you still have a case pending now? Is that
Common
over
Pleas.
the one? Didn't you have a case?
That's a
pending?
common pleas.
Common Pleas, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Is it set for trial or what's happening with it?
You got a pre-trial next. Pre-trial next.
When's that set for?
November 1st.
Okay, we'll have you back after that. Okay, this will be a Thursday also, because November the 10th is Veterans Day, so we'll have court on November 9th, and we'll set it for then. November 9th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you making any payment on your fines?
200.
Okay. See the clerk. And we have folks here from Children's Hospital today. Are you still signing up new people, or are you meeting? Okay. So I'll rather than me make the announcement, I want to come up, introduce yourselves, and before we go any further, and tell us what you're about. They're here for a project, and they'll explain what that's about, and people that are interested in getting involved can.
Hi, my name is Zara. This is Maddie. We're here from Nationwide Children's Hospital, and we're here for an overdose prevention research study. Recruiting folks who are involved with the courts who might be interested in answering some survey questions for us to develop better strategies to reduce the risk of overdose among people who have used illicit stimulants. You don't have to presently be using, but we're looking for folks who have a substance use history within the last 12 months, who are involved with the court in some capacity, and who are adults who might be interested. It is voluntary, so you don't have to enroll just because we're here. It is confidential. We do not work with law enforcement or courts, so the information you share with us is protected and confidential. And it is paid. If you choose to enroll today and complete the first survey, you will receive $25. For each subsequent survey that you receive every 2 weeks, you will get another $5 per survey, and then at 6 months you get $35. Start to finish, it's about $320 to $360 if you complete all the surveys. And that's about it. If you have any questions, you just want to learn more about it, we'll be in that corner. What is that room called again?
It's the attorney. We call it the attorney's room, but it's backed by the holding cell.
Yes, the attorney's room.
On the other west side hallway, at the end of that hallway. So, so people understand. I'm not going to know if you participate. I'm not going to know what you can tell them anything. Talk about me. Talk about your issues. Whatever. They're not going to share that information with me. It just goes into data to collect and analyze. The whole goal, as I understand it, is to try to reduce overdoses, so the information you have just goes in, and they're going to look at it along with everybody else in the state to try to come up with ways to reduce overdoses. So you're would be helping other people by sharing your history, and what you know can be utilized to try to come up with a strategy to reduce overdoses. So. And you get paid for it, etc. So thank you for being here, and we have constantly people coming in and out, so
Sure.
I'll make an announcement again later, because we'll have new people coming in shortly. So thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
All right, Eric Chapa. Eric Chapa has been called, has not appeared today, so there will be a benchmark for failure to appear. Jeffrey Collins is on Blue Jeans. All right, Mr. Collins is appearing by teleconference.
Recording has started.
This case number is 19304, 191082, and 15606. All right, you've been making payments on a monthly basis, and it looks like all your community, no, you still have 2 days of community service left to do. I'm showing you guys 12 hours, so that needs to get done. Are you making a payment on your fines?
Yes, sir. My wife made one this morning.
Okay, I do see that, so $30. All right, are you working now, or where are you?
Yes, sir. Well, I've been sick the last week. I haven't been to work. I'm still sick. I got the flu. I thought I had chronic, but that's why I'm not at work at this moment. But yes, I work.
Okay, I'm gonna set your next hearing for November 17th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Get the community service done.
I will.
Candace Daniels.
Yes, sir.
$18,795 is the case number. You just have to pay off your fines. You've been working some extra community service toward your fines, and you got credit for that. So today, are you making any payment, or are you?
$25.
Okay. See the clerk make that payment, so that puts you down below $100.
May I suggest something? How about you put me on like a strict, like, listen, this is what you gotta do it, like, for the next 3 Saturdays, get up here and get the community service done, so I do not have to come back here.
Well,
I mean,
that's the way it always is. I mean, you don't have to suggest it. I mean.
but I mean, like, listen, if you don't do this, you're gonna
I heard
go.
what you said, so I'm gonna respond. That's always been the court's policy. You can do community service, and you have been doing community service to get credit toward your fine. And anytime you get finished, then you don't have to come back. So get it done, and you won't have to come back.
When do you wanna see me?
November 17th. So you can come, you've got $95, so 2 days, actually 2 days of community service will knock that out. So 2 days between now and November 17th, and you're done.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Zachary Demint.
You haven't seen him today, Your Honor.
All right, Zachary Demint has not appeared, and he has plenty of stuff left to do, so he gets a warrant for not appearing.
Matthew Gonzalez, Joseph Graham, Amanda Hicks, Jerry Raines, Mark Wells, Tina Wells.
All right, Matthew Gonzalez is here. Case numbers are 22377, 22362, 22343, 22309, 2277. You just have fines to pay. You did make a payment last week. Does it matter if it's Monday or Friday for your hearing dates?
Mondays possibly
Mondays are
would be
better.
better. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, November 20th
Yes, Your Honor.
is your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Joseph Graham, 2375, 2325. Is that OVP?
Yes, Your Honor, and he is compliant with the program. Doing very well, actually.
Okay, has he been screened? Do you know if he's been screened?
He has at OVP, yes.
And he's clean?
Yeah, he's in our inpatient program.
Okay. Yeah, because the last screen he did here was not good, so.
Yeah, no, he's been compliant, and he's due to complete on the 16th to follow up with intensive outpatient and amongst other things that we have planned for him to get a sponsor and attend meetings and things like that. So we're going to keep a close eye on him.
Okay, very good. I'm gonna bring you back then, since you're gonna be finishing up and just starting out on a different kind of treatment. Let's come back on November 3rd. That's a Friday, first Friday in November at 9 o'clock. So, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Amanda Hicks. It's not here. So, it's case number 12-1804 and 12-456. Bench warrant for failure to appear. Jerry Raines is 08-1003.
Hey, I forgot to write Windsor Township down.
He just has to pay off the fine. You have
He is turning in some community service, Your Honor.
for his fine.
Hey, am I fine?
It's like about 18 hours.
Okay. Well, you'll still have some left after that, and get credit for that. I'll set your next hearing for November the 9th. That's a Thursday rather than a Friday.
Thursday,
the 9th.
November 9th?
November 9th, 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Mark Wells is here. 2014, 17-12-73. 05-21-69. Actually, 05-21-69 is completed, so we don't need to bring it out anymore. Do you have a payment to make?
Yes, sir. I made a payment.
Looks like you already paid some.
Yeah.
Okay, you did make a payment. $10. Okay, that finished off that one case. November 13th, 9 o'clock is your next hearing.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Tina Wells. 14-12-76 and 13-688. She has things left to do. She hasn't appeared. There'll be a warrant for not appearing. Okay, that finishes the reviews.
Raymond, can you just courtroom right now?
All right, anyone that has an arraignment, well, I think we only have one person here that has an arraignment so far. There may be more coming, but we only have one. So I'll just give them their rights when they're called up.
This is supposed to be on the news.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Robert Trader, case number TRD 14-1999.
He's on teleconference. Robert Trader III. Robert Trader, are you?
Yes, sir, I'm right here.
Okay, turn on your, because we are recording this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is an old case that you're wanting to get resolved. It's
Yes, sir.
case number 14-1999. It's from 2014. The charge alleges that you were in Union Township, Lawrence County on that day, operating a vehicle with a suspended license. And the section you're charged under is non-jailable, so it's not a jailable offense. It's what's called an unclassified misdemeanor under Ohio law. And what that means is the maximum penalty is 500 hours of community service and a $1,000 fine, but there's no jail time. It's also alleged you were driving with expired registration. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty for that is a $150 fine.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
actually, Mr. Schrader contacted me over the weekend. I agreed to speak on his behalf because I know he is in Lexington, Kentucky, so he's far out. And, he doesn't refute the basis of these charges. They are very, very old. He drives a truck for a living. He's remained current on any registration, any licensures, any requirements to drive. He has no qualms completing any sort of community service. We would ask that it's able to be facilitated locally to him. He is a resident of, I believe, Lexington, Kentucky. Is that correct?
No, sir. I live actually outside Lexington, in Versailles, Kentucky.
Even further. So anything that's being completed, we would ask to be completed local to him through any sort of local program there.
So is he entering a guilty plea then?
He would, Judge.
Is that correct, Mr. Trader? You wish to enter a guilty plea to these charges?
I just had a quick question, because, where I look at, like, I just got off work at like 8:45 this morning. I work 12, 13, 14 hour days, 6 days a week. So community service is really hard for me to do. And I was informed by my boss this morning when I clocked out of work that if I was to get any misdemeanor or anything like that, he would have to terminate my employment.
Well, you have a misdemeanor. You have a warrant for this. The case that it's alleged that you did not appear for a pretrial. Apparently, you came for the arraignment, and that's the first hearing. There was a pretrial June 13, 2014, then another one set for July 25th, 2014, and you didn't appear, and a warrant's been outstanding since then.
Judge, on the issue of the warrant, when I was speaking with my client, I don't think he was ever properly served with that summons to appear, same way with the warrant. I believe the address of record was somewhere in Ashland at the time.
He would have been served personally because he got a citation from the OSP with and he was cited to appear at the initial appearance on May 30th, and he did appear then. So then he would have been told that each subsequent hearing, when his next hearing was, and he did come. He came for the one May 30th when he was cited in court. He came June 13th, and then he was cited to come back July 25th. And that's the one he did not appear at, and he hasn't appeared since then.
What would the court be, in light of this being almost a 10-year-old case, 10 years ago I was in high school, potentially dismiss the failure to appear, proceed on the minor misdemeanor so as to not completely hem up
Well,
the client's life?
he hasn't been charged with anything for failure to appear. He's just had a warrant outstanding. So
Sure.
There's no additional charge for that.
I'm thinking what is causing my client concern is a misdemeanor. I don't think any minor misdemeanor would flag anything employment-wise. I have minor misdemeanors on my record.
I mean, it's up to him if he wants to research it further. It is a driving violation. I mean, he's actually lucky in that the court could have and probably should have revoked his license with Ohio, which would have revoked it with Kentucky. So he wouldn't have had a license all that time. He couldn't have got a license until he got cleared out. The only thing that happened was a warrant was issued for failure to appear.
Tell you what, Judge, if the court would allow it, let me make a quick phone call with him, speak off the record, and recall
Okay.
this in about 10 minutes.
You have his phone number?
I do.
All right, I'm going to let you talk to your lawyer, and then we'll call back up after that. So,
Yes, sir, that's fine.
Answer your phone.
yeah, he's going to call you here. Okay, pre-trials.
Pretrials. State of Ohio versus Dale M. Thompson, case number CRB 23237. Dale Thompson.
This is Mr. Haslam's case, except for pre-trial.
Pre-trial needs to be in the courtroom.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Thompson wasn't going to be here today. This is an elderly gentleman that we've had a problem
Okay,
in the
is
past
this the
about the
dog
dogs.
It is the dog case, Your Honor.
So this morning, Your Honor, I got a short video from our assistant enforcement officer who went by the property this morning. And there is an electric fence set up And now, I'm not completely sure that that's enough to keep the dogs from running around. Maybe it is, but we haven't had any more complaints. But he's not here today either. I guess what I had intended to do, I had instructed the assistant dog warden, since he lives out in the same area on 217, just to keep an eye on the place, to drive by there to and from work or whatever he could do, and to make sure there weren't problems as best we can. And he says he will do that. Another issue we have here is that the people that originally complained don't want anything to do with this.
Okay.
So that is a little bit of a problem for us as well.
Yeah. Big problem.
Yeah, now, there are other witnesses who could be brought in, but they don't want to be unless they have to be. So our main concern here is to make sure that he keeps the dogs away from his neighbors. So since he's not here today, what we would do is just ask to continue it again.
Okay. We're going to go 90 days out and then dismiss it at that point if there's been no further complaints?
I think that that's...
That's fine by us, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's January 12th.
Perfect, Your Honor.
January 12th of '24, dismissal then without cost since he's a veteran, if there's no further problems.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Russell A. Daniels, case number TRC 23501.
Mr. McCown's case set for trial today.
Good morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, after discussions with Mr. Hill in chambers, I think this is one, and my other one that's set for a pretrial as well, that we'd like to discuss kind of at length with you. We don't want to break up the flow of court, so if we could bump them towards the end of the docket and talk to you in chambers about it, because I think it's going to be more than we can do in 60 seconds.
All right, that'll be fine.
Thank you.
We do have a fairly short in-court docket, but a bunch of people in jail every week. I don't know how long that's going to take.
I understand, Your Honor. It is what it is. I appreciate that, though. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Salinas C. Esteban,
And this will be the other,
case
Your
number
Honor.
TRC 2379 A, B, and C.
All right, also pre-trial for Mr. Same.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
We put off till discussion in chambers. Okay, we'll get to you when we get to you.
Okay.
Can't waltz in when you want and expect your case to be called.
State of Ohio versus Michael H. Tracy, case number CRB 23548. It's Tyler Smith's case.
Tyler
Mr. Smith is not here.
Okay, your attorney's not here yet, so we'll recall when he gets here. So someone can check and see if he's on his way.
All right, just sit down and wait.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Gary Dale, case number CRB 23323 A and B. This is Mr. Stratton's case.
Gary Dale, Mr. Stratton, Sean Stratton. Come into court, meet some lawyers in the courtroom. Gary Dale.
Yeah, you're up again, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I asked for 7 days until warrants issued.
Okay. It's like 9:58, so let's recall it after 10 o'clock. So.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Kevin V. Dale.
Yes.
Kevin Dale, case number CRB 23527, CRB 2859.
Your Honor, may we approach on this?
Yes. The way we all think of these charging the same people who are totally unrelated things. Right, but they're totally unrelated. Yeah, they're totally different cases. But he's also got it. Well, they are. Okay. Is that charging probably? Okay. We'll come back. He comes back. I think that's one I would remember that's unusual. I don't know where Well, my suggestion, I mean, if you feel, I think he could waive that if he said, well, the prosecutor on another case, he wants to get a special prosecutor to deal with you, or you can waive that. I think you could waive it if you wanted to. I guess our question is, would you do the fact that it's pretty heated, this case? Okay. All right, and when's that one coming back for pretrial? We probably should do this after that case.
In a week, I think he said.
Well, I don't know that for a fact.
You know what the name is, so that we look it up?
Paul Brackett.
Okay, so can you look for Paul Brackett to see he should have criminal cases coming back?
Is Paul Brackett here?
Are you treating that?
Larry McKnight.
You just want to go home.
Yeah, I mean, I've been struggling on the street for the last, you know.
Is
Should be a recent.
He came on.
No. Okay, 10/23, he has nothing down here. I sent it, maybe that's related to the same time. There was a animal case, can you go back over to that?
And an open
It's
dumping.
about the same thing. Okay, October 23rd is his next hearing.
Your Honor, I have an indication that we wanted to anyway subpoena these victims for today. Is there anything in the file to indicate that they were served with subpoenas, or even that they were issued?
Larry McKnight, there was a request September 15 for a subpoena. There is a subpoena in the file, but I don't see any service on it.
Turn back when Paul Brackett's got the back out on the 23rd.
Is it the 23rd?
That's what the judge just said. So just have this subpoena in again.
You want to come back the same day?
Should we have them the same day, Your Honor? 23rd?
That'd be fine.
Okay.
All right, this case will be rescheduled for another pretrial October 23rd.
Is all that day? Okay. But he'll be here that day, so we'll give this opportunity to modify the
I've got to be on the street, I'm living on the street.
But if he modified the protection order without the victim being here, alleged victim being here. Until they do that, and then he has to be here, and he's going to be here that day.
State of Ohio versus Kristen M. Preston, case number TRC 171120 A and D.
Stratton's case also, Christian Preston, except for pretrial.
That's right. I'm the one that told Gary he bonded out. Your Honor, we still need discovery in this case. She bonded out. We had this case, she was arraigned on Friday, so we just need to set it for another pretrial. The reason we said it so quick was because she was in jail.
Yeah, it appears to me, maybe you realize this, but this is, the whole issue of this is failure to appear on a review hearing. She's already been sentenced, you understand that? She was sentenced on June
Your Honor,
9th of 2017.
Did not realize that. I apologize. I didn't realize that, but, it doesn't failure to appear on a review. Well, Your Honor, then we just,
You want to talk to her about that? I don't know if you've seen the file.
Your Honor, what do you want to, I guess?
She has a bond up now. It appears to me what happened was she had failed to appear for a review hearing back in December of 2017. A warrant was eventually issued December 15th, and she got arrested and arraigned for that failure to appear on October 5th, and she's posted a bond. But at the arraignment on the failure to appear, she entered a not guilty plea.
Well, Your Honor, I just asked that we set it again for, I guess, review. What does she need to complete?
Well, she hasn't, she could have some defenses like, it wasn't me, somebody stole my identity, or whatever, I don't know what, but she did, I asked her if she admitted or wanted to deny, she entered a not guilty plea to the failure to appear, so.
Okay.
I think I had a different lawyer, and he had wanted to keep him or get him.
Okay. Your Honor, we'll just set it for,
Pre-trial.
another pretrial, and then at that time, we'll determine what we need to do to get everything completed on the old case.
Yeah,
And
I can tell you that. The only thing that it looks like happened, she made a $25 payment on June 16, 2017. That's the only thing that was done. No community service. I'm assuming the dip school had to be done.
That's the one we changed. Amber Mills.
Yeah, she did. It wasn't required to go to the driver intervention program. That hasn't been done either.
Okay.
So, you want to come back on the 23rd, or when do you want to come back?
23rd is fine, Your Honor.
October 23rd, for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
What you need to do is find out which one of the case, so it can be done. Okay, so find out exactly what you need to.
State of Ohio versus Gary Dale, case number CRA 23323 A and B.
Go talk to probation. Okay.
Gary Dale is here now, Mr. Stratton's case. Second pre-trial.
I apologize to the court, Your Honor. I had
Oh, you were-
vehicle issues.
You were
Didn't want to
actually
start.
not, I don't know if you were late, it was a little bit, because we called your case before 10, that's why I was late, recalling her.
This is up on that. And we'll have to see because she wants to run.
Did we do this? Is Nicole Reeder here?
Yeah, she's checking on it, so she did.
Your Honor, is there
Nicole Reeder,
a subpoena in the court's file?
yes, and it looks like it was personally served. Actually, it was posted. It says personally served, but then below it, it says posted on Nicole Reeder, 190 Township Road, 1157.
She no longer lives.
So where does she live now?
Address of her statements. She read out statement on drug charges and she did.
She did write out a statement. Disputing the facts of the case.
Your Honor, this is one in which we may pursue at a later date, but we're not able to at this point because we don't have the cooperation of the witness. And apparently, we're not going to be able to find her at the address that we had for her. So we're going to move to nolly this with the right to refile.
Case will be nolly.
All right. Dismissed.
Due to non-cooperation of the financial authority.
All right, you're done. That's it. That's everything. You're done.
Case is dismissed. sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Justice Edney, case number CRB 23362. Justice Edney.
We also have a companion case. That's Mr. Steyer's case.
Alexis said me.
Alexis? isn't it?
Yes.
And I believe if we see if payment cost has been paid on this.
Oh, I'm going to re-announce, because I know there's some new people come in. We have 2 people here from Children's Hospital in Columbus. They're doing a research project, collecting data from anyone who has had involvement with the court and had an issue with substances in the last 12 months. And you will be paid for this. A total, I think we said, of $365 over some period of time. But what you would have to do is meet with him today, do an initial intake. I don't know who participates. They're not going to tell me what you tell them. The whole idea is collect data from all across the state and analyze it with the goal of reducing overdose deaths. So they just want to look at your history of substance use. And they're analyzing not just yours, but a whole ton of people, try to come up with some strategies to reduce overdoses. And you get paid, as I understand it, like you get a card that they put money on, and you'll get $25 for today, just for meeting with them and answering questions. And again, it is anonymous. I don't know who participates. They're not going to tell me individuals what they say. At the end, I hope that I'll see some of their analysis of the data and how we can better approach things. But if you're interested in doing that, if you go on the west side hallway all the way to the end there in the attorney room, it's just past where the holding cell is. So, okay.
State of Ohio versus Alexis Edney, case number CRB 23361.
It's Mr. Steyer's case, and I have, these were 90 days without appearance if the cost, without cost and no appearance. It says without, the costs were going to be on
I think it was.
Justice Edney.
Right.
Then
Yes.
Alexis Edney does not have to pay costs, and she didn't have to appear as long as there was no further problems. So,
And he did not pay cost, Your Honor?
I do not believe he did. No, neither one did, but she wasn't required to and wasn't required to appear with any indication of any additional problems.
No, Your Honor.
So her case will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm assuming you haven't heard from Mr. Edney.
He was supposed to pay costs by today, and apparently I just asked 7 days, and then,
He's got 7 days before we'll publish. If he pays the cost in the next 7 days, the case will be dismissed.
thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Lance M. Davis, case number CRB 2350 A and B, PRC 2339 A, B, C, and D. Lance Davis did not check in, Your Honor.
He had been at Bethesda. Yes. He failed to show up for his assessment. And this is a case, I mean, he'd already entered a guilty plea on an OBI.
Correct, Your Honor.
But the other matter that was pending was a misdemeanor too, so I guess it'd be a warrant issued from this court for failure to appear. And I don't, he doesn't have a bond up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Robert Trader, case number TRD 14-1999, A and B.
All right, this was being recalled after Mr. Scott had a chance to talk with Mr. Trader.
That's correct, Judge.
Proceed. This is case number 14-1999.
I spoke with Mr. Trader. Mr. Trader spoke with his employer. A minor misdemeanor would not have any adverse effect on his employment. So he is fine to pleading guilty to a minor misdemeanor. This is an old case. The underlying facts are not that culpable, if at all. It wasn't even a motor vehicle. It was more of a scooter. So as mentioned, the minor misdemeanor, no issue for his employment. We would ask for a relatively low amount of community service, if at all, given that he is full-time employed on the road and several hours from this court.
All right, Mr. Heald, how do you want to proceed on this?
Well, this is a 2014 case, I guess. We don't have a file, so I don't even know what he's charged with.
He was charged with driving without a license or driving with a suspended license and expired registration, but it was a moped and it looks like he ran out of gas on the road. So ordinarily,
It was Your Honor,
I'm just reading the statement.
Mr. Trader, I would advise you not to talk. Let me talk for you right now, bud.
all right.
Trust me.
So,
And what have you proposed that we do?
Minor misdemeanor.
We're not opposed to that, Your Honor.
all right, I'll dismiss the driving under suspension. That's the unclassified misdemeanor. On the expired registration, though, I'm going to give him a $100 fine and court cost since it's been 10 years.
Certainly.
$100 fine, court cost.
And recall the warrant, Judge.
For a last pay date, so no probation or anything. Final pay date of January the 9th of '24, so you got till January 9th of next year to pay it. And what happens then, if you don't pay it, then it could affect your license. You'll send it into the Ohio B&B, they'll revoke your license and notify Kentucky.
Certainly.
So you got till January 9th to pay it. Pay it before then.
Just for clarity, that act of warrant's being withdrawn, Judge.
I'm sorry.
That act of warrant's being
Yeah, the
withdrawn.
warrant's withdrawn.
They're gonna recall it as soon as it goes out.
Awesome. Thank you, Judge.
You are. You can pay it online, sir.
I gave his attorney the address.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
State of Ohio versus Michael H. Tracy, case number CRB 23548.
Okay, Mr. Tyler Smith is here today for pretrial.
What more has happened?
Michael
She
Tracy.
drove to my work and wrote me to her on his car, and then tried to have me fired. Okay. After I showed them the video, they were kind of like, oh. Okay.
Have you filed discovery? You have, yes, you have. You want to set it for a trial?
Yes. That's fine.
Okay.
Wherever you guys want. As long as this goes away, it's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just set a trial.
Okay. You gonna give me a copy? You owe it to me. Well, what would you rather do? Would you rather give me a copy of the video and let me look at it and let me try? That's fine. Okay. Well, Your Honor, they have some video evidence that we haven't seen. And I'd suggested we have a trial, but I think I'd like to see their evidence before we went that far.
May result without even having the trial.
Okay, so you want to come back for another pre-trial furnish the video
Yes.
before then?
We'll do that, Your Honor, so.
When do you want to, do you have a preference as to when to come back?
I don't, Your Honor, 2 or 3 weeks probably, is that enough time? I would assume. I'll get to you this afternoon.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can it be on like a Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, we only do Mondays and Fridays.
Okay.
It's just a Tuesday because of the holiday yesterday.
That's fine. I can work with that.
So you have a preference as to the day of the week?
No, that's fine.
I think because of work, Tuesday and Wednesdays work better for me. I told them the court isn't open on those days.
Mondays or Fridays?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, sir. I can work with that.
October 30th?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Next hearing is October 30th.
I'll put that on the fridge with the other one. Okay, I'll fill it out there.
State of Ohio versus Casey J. Jackson, case number CRB 22510, CRB 22165, A and B.
It's Attorney Tyler Smith's case. Mr. Jackson's at our area.
Now pressure on.
Yes. Okay, well, some progress. You got a job now, right?
Yes.
So that's good. How's the state want to proceed with this?
Well, the state would like to see some more progress and some, maybe a little bit better commitment to actually improving his life. The way this reads, he doesn't really have much motivation to do anything. I'm glad he's got a job.
Well, it's better than the last report.
Yes.
What's your work schedule vary, or you know what days?
I just pick and choose. I do Spark delivery.
Okay, so you can be here when we set something.
Yeah.
November 13th.
That's fine, Your Honor. I'm here that day.
November 13th will be the next hearing for pre-trial.
And I believe he does have a payment to make today towards his other cases, so.
Okay, see the clerk for that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Burton, case number TRD 231075.
Stire's case set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, Ms. Burton has provided me today with paperwork showing that that she has paid the amount due in West Virginia that was stopping her license. And then I wasn't able to print this one, but she She sent me, this did print for some reason, but this is showing that her West Virginia license is active now. So I don't unfortunately have a printout of that, but the protocol I do have.
That's fine. I'll take Mr. Hield's word for it if he says that.
That's what it says.
Now, this is a case regarding her West Virginia operator's license being suspended. I think she's gotten it reinstated. Wanted to make sure this is a West Virginia license, not just a West Virginia license holding an Ohio license, but it's, I'm sorry?
It was suspended from.
Yeah, but it was a West Virginia suspension that's been lifted.
And in this case, it looks like there was she the vehicle that got struck or the vehicle that struck the other?
Yeah, I was rear-ended on my way to work.
You were the one rear-ended, okay. Did they have insurance
Yes.
that paid for your damages to your vehicle? Okay, how's the state want to proceed?
Kind of unfortunate circumstances for her to have gotten caught up in this, but she didn't have a valid license at the time. We would not oppose if she pled to a reduced charge of no OL, and we wouldn't take any position on fines or costs or anything.
Mr. Steyer?
Your Honor, let me discuss that with her. So basically, that's a charge that doesn't carry any, it just carries fewer points. I think it's an 0 point or lower point charge. So, we would be willing to so plead, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll amend the charge from driving under suspension to no operators. I think that's 45-10-12.
Yeah.
Yeah, no operators, no points. I won't impose a fine since you had to come to court and you were not the person at fault. I'll suspend the cost too. So, no fine, no cost, you're free to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
You're free to go.
Scott Wells was on that too, but they ran
State of Ohio versus Franklin Petty, case number TRC 231427, A, B, and C, and CRB 23597.
This is Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, we came back fairly quickly to make sure that Mr. Petty was able to get out and safely ensconced in a place to stay. He's staying with his dad at the moment. At this point, I think I probably need to just undertake discovery and take a look at the case and see the details of that. But like I said, we set it back for today just to kind of check back in and see where things stood.
All right. So, probably October 30th is a good date. Is that
I'm off on Fridays and Saturdays.
okay, well, that's not a Friday, so let's go into November. How about the 17th? That's a Friday. November.
That'll work.
I'm available that day, Your Honor.
November 17th will be the next hearing for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Right there.
Your Honor, I have a note here that he was in jail on October the 3rd, which was the day that he got arrested, and I don't know when he got out. Would like to know.
The 6th, it looks like. He was arraigned on the 6th, and I gave him an OR bond then.
Thank you.
Okay, next hearing is November 17th.
Let's write that down for you.
State of Ohio versus Stevie Ward, case number TRC 23922, A,
Can you
and
wait
B.
for me and I'll come talk to you before you leave?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Oh, wait, don't forget your hat, man.
Stevie Ward.
This is Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Commissioner Brady?
Yes.
Is she in drug court? Yes. They left though, they saw the result left. Okay.
So she'll be going to some sort of outpatient,
She is currently already in outpatient.
okay. What says transition to LOC1, what is that?
So she was in a level of care of 2.1, which is just a more stringent outpatient. So due to her progress in the program, her and her therapist have recommended that she move down to a lower level of care in outpatient.
Okay. How you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, we received the toxicology report today. It is positive only for buprenorphine. They tested for quite a few different substances, and buprenorphine was the only thing she was positive for. She has a prescription. There's no indication her use was not at an appropriate therapeutic level. They don't list that in this testing. I don't think it goes to that degree, but at any rate, she was positive only for a substance that she is prescribed. So she is also in the Nexus recovery docket. She participates in the Nexus recovery docket with Judge Ballard. Josh and April from Nexus were here earlier in the morning, and then they got this result and they just went and left. My anticipation that the state would be satisfied by this result.
I don't know that we would be able to prove the case any other way. So we would move to dismiss, and hopefully Ms. Wood is going to continue to do well in the drug court and common police court, and my report that I've received is that she is. So.
All right, good luck, ma'am. Your case here is dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Even the beat case?
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Meade, case number CRB 23363. Christopher Meade. Christopher Meade.
It's Mr. Morford's case set for a pre-trial. It was on the 90-day list. He did pay the costs. Paid the costs last week.
And Your Honor, our recent efforts to reach out at our alleged victim on this, Ms. Corbin, we've left voicemails to call if there are problems, and we have received no calls back. So we are okay with dismissing the charges.
Case will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Charles Martin II, case number CRB 23484, A and B.
Charles Martin is 23484. Mr. Morford's. Oh, I'm sorry, that's fine. I'm not sure, were you going to hire an attorney, or how were you going to proceed, sir?
Yeah, well, when I was, last time I was going to, and you said, well, I went into the RSS, and for assessment stuff, we'd go from there.
Okay,
So-
did you do that?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes. a very good report. There is a resisting arrest here.
And Your Honor, the last time we were here, we spoke about the domestic violence and our willingness to, given the fact that the victim wanted him to go through this treatment and for us to dismiss the charge at the end, but I didn't say anything about the resisting last time. That's a different matter. That's law enforcement. So we're happy that he has a good report. And as long as he continues to do that, we're not going to seek jail time from him on the resisting arrest, but we're not willing to dismiss it either. So that's just something that we hope that will continue to be a motivator for Mr. Martin in completing his treatment, because we'd rather not have to go that direction and seek jail time from him.
Okay. Mr. Martin, are you working, sir?
Yeah, I do deliveries.
Who do you work for?
Several, like DoorDash,
Okay.
Spark. And,
What are you making an average week?
around 400 probably.
Okay. Is there anyone dependent on you for income?
No.
If you're a single person? Okay, well, we'll just continue as is, because you're on the borderline of whether you would be eligible for a lawyer at this point. So I'm not going to appoint anybody. Just continue with your treatment. We'll come back in another month and see where you are. And I'm assuming your schedule has flexibility. You can be here any day.
Yeah.
I'm going to set it for November 9th. So that's on a Thursday. Usually court's Friday, but Veterans Day this year is being celebrated on November 10th, although the traditional Veterans Day is 11/11. 11th day, 11th hour. Armistice for World War I. November 9th is your next hearing for pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
And we need for you to sign this time later. In other words, you're willing to let us go ahead and you do your treatment, so we can just sign right there.
State of Ohio versus Clifton Mills Jr., case number CRB 23555. Clifton Mills Jr. Do not check in, Your Honor.
And are you representing Mr. Mills?
I am, Your Honor. The state indicated to me this morning that they had moved this case to, I believe, the 16th.
We can move it to the 16th, but it's on.
If there's a co-defendant, Amber Mills, Your Honor, and I think they wanted to keep them together, and I think that's a good idea.
Okay, this is her father, I remember that.
Yes.
Okay, so the 16th works for you?
Let me check my schedule, Your Honor, but I believe so.
Well, yeah, she does have one on 10/16, and she also has,
I'm here the 16th already, so.
she also had one today also.
I believe today was a new arraignment.
Yeah.
Okay, she didn't show up for that, or hasn't, I haven't seen it yet.
We don't have her on the docket, it's not on the printed docket.
Well, she's for an arraignment.
Right, new charge.
New charge.
New charge.
But I'm here the 16th, Your Honor, already.
Okay, October 16th for Clifton Mills, the pretrial, 10 o'clock. Thank you. You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus LaRon Taylor, case number CRA 23588. Your Honor, he has been picked up by Kentucky.
Okay, this was an extradition matter. He was supposed to go to Kentucky. He has been picked up, so the case here is dismissed.
What was that case number, Your Honor?
23588.
That's what she said.
Ready for preliminary, Your Honor.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Thompson, case number CRA 22617, TRC 222476, A, B, and C, and CRA 19235.
Stephen Thompson.
Stephen Thompson.
He's here.
There's a preliminary, he'll be in the courtroom.
It's Mr. Morgan's case, set for coming hearing. He's at RRS, or has been. Where's Mr. Gwynn? Need Mr. Gwynn? Okay, let's recall after we get Mr. Gwynn in here. I don't have a report on him.
Thank you, Judge. State.
Okay, we're going to the jail now.
State of Ohio versus Emily A. Bricker, case number CRB 23601.
All right, ma'am, are you in Bricker? Can you hear me, Ms. Bricker?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm Judge Capper at the Municipal Court in Chesapeake, Lawrence County Municipal Court, where your hearing is taking place here. You are appearing in court on a television monitor, and everything that you say is being recorded. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed for you if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with theft from Walmart, which is located in Fayette Township in Lawrence County. And it's alleged this happened on October the 8th, that you took property or services of Walmart without their consent. So that's a first-degree misdemeanor theft offense. Maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Well, it's probably better if you just answer my question. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that everything you say is on the record. So if you make an explanation, this is not the trial today, so I can't say, oh, you're right, I'm just going to dismiss the case. Usually that doesn't happen.
Yes, Your
So if you have a defense, it's probably best to enter a not guilty plea and talk to a lawyer about it, because what you say to the lawyer is privilege. It can't be used against you.
Okay, yes, Your Honor. All I'd like to state is that I was at Mended Reeds, and I'd like to continue my treatment there if possible.
Okay, you were living there when this happened?
Yes, I've been there 4 days.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And is Mended Reeds willing to take her back?
I can check.
How does
I just
someone
found
that's-
out about this morning.
Was she inpatient or outpatient?
She was inpatient, Your Honor.
How did she get to Walmart?
It was on our weekly store trip.
Okay. I would like to have her tested at the jail. Can we have, usually the jailers listening in, I'd like for her to do a urine screen.
And I can find out that information for you, Judge, if we're willing to take her back.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna have you go do a urine screen. There's a representative here from Mended Reeds. He's gonna check with the administration, see if they're willing to take you back. So while all that's happening, we'll have some other folks come in. So you go do your urine screen, and then I'll call you back before the court after we get the results on that.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Carter, case number CRA 23599. Mr. Morgan's case. Thomas J. Coe is on deck.
Joshua Carter is at the jail hearing by teleconference. This is a preliminary hearing. Mr. Morford is counsel for Mr. Carter. How do you wish to proceed?
Mr. Carter, the state has offered to, if you waive your your preliminary hearing, to put you in treatment with an ankle monitor. Is that something you'd be interested in doing?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Need to have him assessed, of course.
Okay, who has male beds that, okay. And let's see, well, first of all, let's find out, do you have a medical pay source, Mr. Carter? How do you pay for medical services?
I usually do it through state insurance in West Virginia. I'm not from Ohio.
Okay. Do you have a West Virginia Medicaid card?
Yes, it should be in my wallet in my possession.
Well, that makes it a little harder, doesn't it? Who can take somebody with West Virginia Medicaid?
Judge,
I'm sorry.
he's actually homeless.
Yeah, but he's got a West Virginia medical card.
I just wanted you to know that in case that might make it easier for one of our providers to get him to be an Ohio resident.
Okay, and you're right to remind, what's the name of your agency? I forgot.
Shawnee Young.
Shawnee, yes. Okay, can you call or have someone call and talk to him or about doing an assessment, then we'll recall. So here's what's gonna happen, Mr. Carter. Someone's gonna call down, talk to you on the phone to assess you, see if you're eligible to come into their facility for treatment. Now, one thing I need to stress, you got somebody, I don't know if you've met Corey Little yet. Corey's in the jail with you now. Corey went through this process, and I told Corey, as I'm going to tell you now, if you agree to take an ankle monitor, and then you go out and go to treatment, and you cut that ankle monitor off and run, you are going to go to prison for 3 years.
Yes, sir, I understand.
And I told Corey this, and I understand he stayed, we'll find out, but I understand he stayed at treatment for 1 day and left and cut the ankle monitor off, and now he's back in the jail. And he's going to go to the grand jury. It's going to be out of my control. He'll go to the common pleas court, and I just know this from what they've done with other people. And I say this, I said this to Corey, I'm going to say it to you. If you think you would be tempted to cut the ankle monitor off, it's better for you to say, Judge, I don't want an ankle monitor, just leave me here in the county jail, because there's no way you're going to get 3 years in the county jail, but you will get 3 years in prison if you cut the ankle monitor off. You understand me? This is not a joke. This is not your mom telling you something and then backing up and saying, oh, I really didn't mean this. This is not like 7th grade math homework when you don't really want to do it. You don't really get that much punishment. This is going to happen if you cut the ankle monitor off. You are going to go to prison. You understand that?
I understand. I do understand, yes, sir.
You still, I'm being as plain as I can be. You still want to go to treatment?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. You can leave, and that's not a good idea, but you won't go to prison, just don't cut the ankle monitor off. Well, then they're going to find you really quick because they know exactly where you are. But you cut the ankle monitor off, that's about $2,000. Those are provided by adult probation, which is under the common pleas court. They really want to discourage that, so they're taking a hard line on it. Everybody that does it so far has gone to prison. Okay. You're going to get assessed. We'll call you back here in a few minutes, and then we'll talk about the parameters of how we're going to do this.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we'll recall you here in a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Thomas J. Coe, case number CRB 23128, A and B. Olivia Gilpin is on deck.
Thomas Coe is Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, this matter, he is obviously in jail. I believe he still has a holder from Scioto County. Has the Scioto County holder been lifted by any chance? Can you hear us, sir?
Okay.
He still has the holder from Ohio County, from Scioto County. This matter is, he's got a cash or surety bond on this matter, which hasn't been posted, probably unlikely to be posted while there's a holder. It's my understanding that the victim in this case doesn't wish to prosecute on the condition that he seek mental health treatment, but before we can get into that determination, he's going to have to be able to get out. And I think even if we gave him an OR bond here, all that would happen is Scioto County would come get him. So I'm kind of at a loss as to where we go at this point.
So Scioto County can't come and get him as long as this bond is in effect?
No, he's being held on, this case takes priority.
Okay.
So if he were to take it upside an OR bond here, Scioto County would then be free to come get him.
How serious are the charges in Scioto County?
My understanding is he owes, it's for unpaid fines, but I don't know if it's something that's going to result in jail time or if it's something where they're just going to get him up there and say, hey, pay us, and then turn him loose.
There's more to it than that, actually. The docket in the municipal court in Portsmouth says that he owes 180 days in jail for a probation violation. But there's other notations after that, like there was a warrant issued for his arrest and the warrant was withdrawn, and then that's the last thing it says, warrant withdrawn, which leads to, who knows what happened after that.
Is there a date on which the warrant was withdrawn?
Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago, so.
I'm wondering if it might have been withdrawn because he was arrested, is my question.
Oh, well, I could look it up again, but anyway, we would be okay.
Is it currently withdrawn, or what?
That's all, and I'm sorry, I haven't looked at it.
Someone needs to talk to the Scioto County.
Well, we attempted to do that when it was in court whenever.
Which clerk, or which, was it Scioto County Municipal Court?
Portsmouth Municipal Court.
I'll call Portsmouth Municipal Court between cases and see if I can find anything out.
We tried to reach out to the probation office when we were in court the last time, and we got their answering machine. We never were able to follow up on it.
Hang on just a second, I'm getting a number from Mr. Stratton here.
But here's the thing, I think, first of all, our victim in this is being very gracious towards Mr. Coe, and he wants Mr. Coe to go to treatment. So if I'm just thinking aloud here, if we allowed him an OR bond in this case, let Scioto County come and get him, give him a court date to be back here, or at least to talk to Mr. Steyer to tell him what's going on. And then if he doesn't come back, then we'll just issue a warrant for him.
Mr. Carr, I don't really see a better route to take than that at this point, which an OR bond here would not end this case, but once you signed it, Scioto County would be told, hey, you can come get him. And then, do you have an attorney in Scioto County? No. Okay, I will see if I can find anything out about that, and I'll give you a call at the jail as well.
Okay, I'm going to change his bond into 1,500 signature bond. I'm going to order him to seek treatment once he's out and available, and this is, it's my understanding you have a provider that you've seen in the past, is that right?
Yes,
OBP, okay. I'm ordering you to go back there and seek treatment, and then come back to court here before you want to do, maybe the 30th.
The 30th seems like should give us time that if it's going to be something that moves quickly in Scioto County, we should have him back by that point. So that seems like a reasonable time frame.
Okay, so obviously if you're in custody in Scioto County, you can't get here, but we'll find that out. If you're out of custody in Scioto County, you have to come to the court here in Chesapeake.
Okay, so, you guys basically, are you guys going to let the guy sign up today?
No, you're not going to get out. Well, you're going to go to Portsmouth.
You're going to sign, you're going to sign your recognizance bond, which will release you on this case. You'll still be held on the holder from Scioto County. Presumably Scioto County will come get you. They might just say, hey, let him loose, we don't want him, but most likely they're going to come get you, take you back to Scioto County. You'll get in front of that court and find out what that court wants to do with you.
And I've looked this up if the court wants to know what the status is.
Yes.
It was a theft charge, misdemeanor theft, on October 17th, 2019, the order is, it is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed that defendant's probation be revoked, and said defendant is ordered to serve 180 days, so ordered by Judge Kegley. That was in 2019. And then on 11/21, about a month later, it was just they received some money. I guess he paid something. And then on March the 13th, 2020, there was a warrant for his arrest. Then on March the 23rd, it was canceled. And then on August the 12th, 2021, there was another warrant issued. So that's what it's out of. I guess my thought was that I didn't know when they canceled the warrant in 2020, whether they canceled his 180 days in jail or whether he did the 180 days in jail. So that's
it's
what I
possible he could be incarcerated inside of the county for a while. We'll find that out on the 30th.
Right, and I'll attempt to contact the probation officer in Scioto County and go from there.
Okay, is that Andy Davis's brother?
No, you're talking about municipal court?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's Levi Morgan, chief
Okay.
probation officer there.
Okay, so you will have to go to Portsmouth, clear up what you've got here. But when you're out of custody, I'm ordering you to go back to OVP, and then if you're out of custody, you come to court here October 30th at 10 o'clock for your next hearing.
That's fine. Do you guys know how many days they have to come give you?
I'm not actually certain on it, because it's a contiguous county, it doesn't go through the Rule 4 system. I think eventually they have to let you go, but I'm not sure what the time frame on that is, to be honest.
Okay.
I think more likely I'm sorry.
October 30th is the next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Olivia L. Gilpin, case number CRB 23591, TRC 231291 A and B, CRB 23539, and Crystal Johnson is on deck.
Is there something else you want us to read to? Did you want us to read this to just dismiss Tyler Smith's cases?
All right, this is Tyler. Well, one case is Tyler Smith and one case is Mr. Schreck. So
It is, Your Honor. She also has a felony probation holder out of Ironton. The prosecutor has spoken with them this morning, and they've agreed to lift that holder if she pled to the cases today, and the court would send her to treatment inpatient with an ankle monitor.
Okay, here, Tyler Smith is here. So she has an OVI and a resisting, it looks like, from that Mr. Stratton's representing her on, and that is a first offense, refusal.
Yeah. Okay. I told her wrong on that.
And then the other cases are that Mr. Smith has 591, 592. Disorderly conduct.
The other one's assault
And assault. Those are recent.
Yeah. So I had told Mr. Smith and the defendant incorrect. I told him that the plea was to just my cases and that his would be dismissed. That is not the case. I understand the prosecution wants a guilty plea on all the cases, but run everything concurrent. That's going to be the recommendation. So, Ms. Gilpin, you okay with that?
Well, I'd like to address the court with the rest of it. We've spoken with the Bureau of Community Corrections in the Common Pleas Court. They do have a holder on her for a violation. What they want us to do is to recommend, if she pleads to everything here, and I would suggest a 6-month jail sentence, everything concurrent, that she be released to treatment with a GPS monitor. If we do that, then the Common Pleas Court, the way they'll handle it is just make it concurrent with what we're doing. So we just need pleas on everything. One of them is an OVI. So, and I believe it's a
First offense refusal, what I'm showing.
Yeah, so we'd ask for the standard minimums on that, and 6 months suspended, minimums except maybe expand the suspended jail time.
Your Honor, maybe the court would be interested in setting this for sentencing. We'll plead guilty to my charges and
It appears that, Ms. Gilpin, you understand what the prosecution is recommending? That you,
Plead guilty to everything and then 6 month jail suspended and put me in inpatient rehab.
on GPS monitor and...
With an ankle monitor.
yes.
Yeah, with an ankle monitor.
And I believe that you'll still have your community control going on in common police court, so they'll be monitoring you and everything else. And that'll be part of, I don't know if they filed a violation yet or not.
They have not filed.
Okay. So I believe that to keep you,
It's set for hearing next week.
I guess they have filed, Your Honor.
Which judge is it, do you know?
I don't know, Your Honor.
I don't know. But they were going to lift the holder that they have.
to let her out, okay. So you'd have to plead today. Mr. Stratton, your other attorney on your OVI case, has recommended that sentencing be held off. Or we can have sentencing today too, but that's what the recommendation is. If you want to agree to all that, we can go ahead and get you out.
Yeah, go ahead and plead guilty to it.
Okay, ma'am, have you been to treatment before?
No.
How do you pay for medical care?
I have a medical card.
Ohio medical card?
Yeah, it's United Healthcare.
Okay.
Let's see what it wants to do. I don't know if we want to keep track of it or not. That's what I was going to say.
And your problem is with what?
Alcohol. Alcohol.
No drugs?
No.
Okay. And you've been in jail since when? October?
The first.
Any withdrawals?
Not really. I mean, a little hot and cold here and there, but I wasn't like shaky or anything like that.
Okay. I can send you to a faith-based program or a non-faith-based program. Which one would you prefer?
Don't really matter to me. Either or.
Okay. All right, I'll refer you to Bethesda then,
Okay.
which is a faith-based program, and you'll call down and talk with her.
Just remember.
We gotta make sure that they think you qualify for inpatient, which it sounds like you will. Here's one thing I want to emphasize with you, and people say, yeah, I understand that all the time, then they go ahead and do it. Usually it's males, and usually women are smarter than men. I think women realize, are willing to look at risk and realize, make some sort of judgment about benefit of taking a risk. Men kind of think they can jump off the top of a high building and land and it's not going to hurt them. I've had 3 men in the last 6 weeks probably agree to go to treatment with an ankle monitor. And I've told them, probably not as sternly as I have because I've had 3 do this, if you cut the ankle monitor off and leave, you are going to go to prison. You especially are going to go to prison because you've already got a case in common pleas that you're on community control sanctions. I don't know how long they would put you in prison. If you just cut it off and you don't have any other problems, it's 3 years. There's no way you're going to get 3 years out of this unless you cut the ankle monitor off.
Right.
There's a guy in jail with you right now who just did that very thing. He stayed 1 day in treatment and left because they were playing kickball. He said he didn't want to play kickball and cut the ankle monitor off. I mean, that's what I've been told. As I said, guys are not very smart. Be smarter than the males.
Right, yeah, you don't have to worry about me cutting off the ankle monitor. I've had one before.
You have to stay there.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to order, you get an assessment, we'll have you back to finalize things after that occurs. Somebody's going to call and talk to you about this, and then we'll have you back and we'll finish it up, and we need to go ahead and start getting arrangements made to get our ankle monitor.
Okay. Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Crystal Gonzon, and Corey Little is on deck.
Speaking of the devil. And ma'am, you're Crystal Gonzon.
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper at the Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. It's all being recorded. You don't have to say anything, but if you choose to make statements, it's on the record, so if it's used against you, you have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. You have a right to have bail and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with the theft offense from Walmart on October 7th, which is located in Fayette Township, that you took property or services belonging to Walmart without their consent. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Guilty.
Okay, that's, means you're admitting the charge is true, you waive your rights to have a trial and to have a lawyer. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I'm looking over my dash, and I'm hoping that, I'm trying to get out of here. I've been in here since that day. I'm guilty of it. I know I did it. I shouldn't have done it.
Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sentence you, but before I do that, because so many people test dirty that shoplift, I'm going to have you do a urine screen. And see what that shows. So go do a urine screen, and then I'll have you come back and I'll sentence you after I get the results.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Corey Little, case number CRV 22491, CRA 22405, CRV 22407, CRV 23194A and B. Samuel Lowe's on deck.
Mr. Steyer's case. Corey Little is back in jail.
I wasn't aware until I overheard a discussion with a different inmate that there was an allegation of a monitor cut in this case. Is that accurate?
That's my understanding.
Okay. I was retained by Mr. Little on, I'm not certain, I don't have my file with me, I didn't expect him here today. Which of these is the currently pending misdemeanor charge? I was retained on that. The felony charge, I think that was already read out, was not something I have been retained on. And I don't anticipate.
Mr. Holt was representing him on some things, so.
Right, well, he was appointed, Mr. Little retained me on what was pending at that time, and I think that the felony has arisen since then. And then, I don't know if new charges have been filed yet, but if there was allegedly a monitor cut, I would anticipate that there's going to be a tampering with evidence charge filed and a vandalism charge, but I don't know if those have been filed yet or not.
I don't see them yet.
Have not been filed. I just spoke with Mr. Major about it, and he's preparing to do that. And he mentioned something to me about we just want to take it to the grand jury. We may end up doing that, but I guess for now we need to have maybe a discussion about a bond.
What's the state recommending on bond?
Well, $25,000 cash assuring bond.
All right, he was out on a $20,000 OR bond to go to treatment on an ankle monitor. I'll change that to $25,000 cash assurity. He may be getting arraigned in today. The charges be filed today.
I need to speak with John a little bit more about it, but I would like to be able to do that. Maybe that would be the cleanest way to do it, I think.
Okay. All right, so, Mr. Little, let's go ahead, here's what I'm gonna do, just in case we don't get back to those. I'm gonna set all his pending cases for Friday. I think they were already set in anyway, yeah. We'll just keep that hearing date, he had a hearing date set for October 13th on all his pending matters.
And I'd ask Your Honor if I could be appointed on the new felony charge that has been
Yes.
filed.
You'll be appointed, and then if I don't get those to arraign him today, I'll arraign him on Friday for those new charges. And
Bond was set at 25,000.
25,000 cash or surety, that's on 23-216, 23-218.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Samuel L. Losey Jr., case number CRA 23602. Amber Mills is on deck.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the charge.
Sir, are you Samuel Losey?
Yeah, that way we have a bond on it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Make sure that, we keep him and get him value. Okay. We may approve it next week or whatever.
Mr. Losey, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. Your hearing is taking place here obviously by teleconference. You're appearing in the courtroom on a monitor. What you say and your image is being recorded. If you admit something, it's on the record. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney. Have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir, I do.
You're charged with felonious assault. It alleges that at Rome Township on October 7th of this year, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to James Markham by means of a deadly weapon. That's a felony of the second degree. The maximum penalty is 8 years in jail and a $15,000 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you have the money with which to hire a lawyer?
No, sir, I don't. If he would drop charges on me, I'll drop charges on him. As far as I know I was in my yard, and I went to sleep somehow, I don't know how, but the stickers in my yard like always.
Sir, everything you say everything you're saying is on the record, and this is not the trial today, so it's probably best that you wait and talk to a lawyer about it.
Okay.
You're not working?
I am for Rick and paid. I'm back to work with him now.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much per hour?
I think it's $21 an hour.
How many hours a week? 40 hours a week, or how many?
We was doing the city road down here, but that, we're done with that now, so it's probably less than 40.
Okay. So it's kind of seasonal work, you only work at certain times of the year?
Yes, we're supposed to get laid off, November, Thanksgiving, well, right before Thanksgiving, the second week.
Do you have any money saved?
Do I have any money saved? No, sir. I would have gone unemployment for a while.
What's the state's position on bond?
Do what now?
I'm asking the prosecutor what he wants for a bond. Because if you're going to be able to get out and work, I may not appoint a lawyer for you. If you're not able to work, I'll probably appoint a lawyer for you.
State's requesting a $10,000 cash surety bond.
Okay, I'm gonna set bond at $10,000, cash or surety. Do you think that's a bond that you can post, sir?
I have a 2004 GMC Yukon that I put up for bond.
Okay. Do you want to talk to the bail bondsman?
Yes, please.
All right, Mr. Morford, I'm going to go ahead and provisionally appoint you. And I'm assuming that Mr. Losi came into jail on the 7th. So that means we need to have the preliminary on the 16th.
Yes, sir.
You're available then?
Yes, Judge.
Do you have a phone number where you can be reached, Mr. Losi?
It'll be my cell phone.
What is that?
My cell phone number is 740-550-1316.
Are you a relative or?
I'm his son, sir.
Okay. Mr. Morford, his son is here in the courtroom.
Okay.
Do you wish to talk to bail bondsman then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll put him in touch, Judge.
All right. Okay, the next hearing then is going to be October the 16th at 10 o'clock. All right, back here in this court. That's called a preliminary hearing. I'm also ordering, is there a protection order request? I'm going to order, is there any problem for him not to go around James Marshall?
They live right across the street from each other.
You have to avoid, I understand it's your neighbor, you cannot engage with him, you cannot talk with him, you cannot go to his property. If you see him, you go inside. You understand?
Yes.
And you can do that. I don't want there to be another alleged incident while the case is pending.
I don't either.
Okay. October 16th, 10 o'clock is the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So if we get him a bond, we can get out there.
Mr. Morford will talk to you about it.
State of Ohio versus Amber R. Mills, case number CRB 23603. John A. Sloan is on that.
Yes. Okay. So Amber Mills already has that cross-filing. Case for Clifton Mills, and they come back, I think either this, I think the 16th. I think they're 16th. I think it's 16th.
That's why she was here. Other case.
And I'll talk to the school. They call it.
All right, and you are Amber Mills. And you know you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do say things, it's all on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove charges beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those things? All right, Ms. Mills, you're charged with violating a protection order or a consent agreement. So as on October 9th this year, you violated a protection order or consent agreement. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you wish to plead to this charge?
I'm not guilty.
And you have a lawyer on your other cases? Who's that?
Thompson, I believe I just talked to him yesterday.
Mr. Thompson, okay. Okay, I'm going to set this for a hearing on October the 16th for a pretrial, 10 o'clock, state's position on bond.
State would request a $2,500 cash surety bond.
I don't have any, cash, and I don't plan on going around him, I'm staying in Ashland.
Okay, that was my next question, where have you been living?
Yeah, I'm staying with my coworker over in Ashland.
Where are you working at?
What is it?
Where do you work?
Dr. City Phone?
Okay.
Your Honor, she has cases involving her arrest yesterday evening in Ironton. Apparently maybe assault on a police officer or something to that effect.
I was advised it was an assault on a police officer, Your Honor.
Okay. So she probably hasn't been arraigned on that yet.
That should go today.
Okay, what I'm gonna do then, I'm gonna give you a 2,500 OR bond. I'll let Mr. Judge Waldo decide whether you stay in jail or not, based on that charge.
All of my cases from Waldo were dismissed.
Well, they say you got a new charge.
I wasn't aware of that.
Okay, if you're out of custody, and I'm worried you stay away, there's already a protection order. You can't go around your dad, don't contact him, don't go around him. You understand that? And then be back in court in Chesapeake on October 16th.
Yes, next Monday.
Yes,
Yeah.
a week from yesterday, October 16th,
Yes.
your next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus John A. Sloan, case number CRA 23-600, and Brittany Caldwell Smith, or Brittany Smith Caldwell, is on deck.
Sir, are you John Andrew Sloan?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court. We're having a hearing here about a request to extradite you to West Virginia.
Yeah.
You have a right to an extradition hearing and to have an attorney. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to talk about this. If you do make statements about it, it's on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney appointed if you can't afford one, and to make the state prove any charge beyond a reasonable doubt. I have a document in my hand that says there's a warrant for your arrest issued by the Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation of the state of West Virginia on a parole violation. They're asking that you be brought to that state on those charges. You have a right, as I said, to have a hearing about that, whether there's good reason to send you to West Virginia. You can waive extradition if you do that. You're agreeing to go to West Virginia, and we won't have that hearing. I'll give West Virginia a time frame in which they have to come pick you up. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Slime?
I didn't hear the last part you said.
I said if you agree to go to West Virginia, I'm going to give them a time frame in which they have to come pick you up. Or if you don't agree to go to West Virginia, I'll set it for a hearing, and we'll have a hearing about whether I should order you to go to West Virginia.
I'll wait.
You want to waive and go there voluntarily?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to set a bond of $100,000 cash or surety. I'm assuming that's a bond you can't post. I'm going to give them a week to pick you up.
Thank you.
So, jailer, you can notify our West Virginia authorities, and there's a phone number on the very back of this, of the documents that I have, that says where you're supposed to call. to notify them he's available. And I'm going to put him back on my docket for October 16. If he's still in the jail, I'll see him at 10 o'clock or thereafter on that day. If he's already going to West Virginia, then the case is over. So hopefully you'll already be in West Virginia by October 16th. If not, I'll see you then.
All right.
So we're going to send down a waiver for you to sign. You'll sign that, and it'll be faxed back to the court. Do you have any questions, Mr. Sloan?
No, sir.
Okay. that's
Well,
all.
actually,
Okay. Okay, if you have a question, you can ask it. Okay, yes, you do.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Caldwell Smith, case number CRB 131057, CRB 131153, A and B. And Emily Bricker is on deck.
Mayor Pritchard.
Yes. I believe Mr. Morford has been representing her. Brittany Caldwell, Brittany Smith.
One of those names sounds familiar.
She was, as I understand, I have a report from Bethesda, and I was aware of this on Saturday, came to the Union Township cleanup day. A male, not a part of either community service or facility, who I understand was her boyfriend, showed up. They left the cleanup for some time without authorization, came back. She has charges pending here, and she has a felony pending in Judge Ballard's court. So I ordered her back into custody. When she returned to the facility, I understood
She was clean, and...
she was clean.
Yes,
And the deputy picked her up and returned her to jail.
yes,
She's been there since Saturday.
yes, Your Honor.
So, how do we want to proceed? And I would suggest we probably need to get Judge Ballard's input on this too, how he wants to proceed. Because she has a case in his court pending. Does the state have any position? I'm not sure what the charge is and common pleas.
It's the theft of a chainsaw.
And here is a theft. Is that what it is? Is that all she has here?
Cases here are older.
Okay. Well, I guess our position would be if she is, if they're willing to take her back and she's willing to go back under the conditions that Bethesda is demanding, then we're okay with that. And we can't speak to whatever consequences might come in common police court because of this. But as far as these charges go, we don't oppose that.
We would be willing to take her out. She'd be blocked out and she'll restart the program.
Are you willing to do that, Brittany?
Yes,
Do you understand that you are on very thin ice? That
yes,
the next step will probably be Ironton?
yes.
Judge Capper wants people who are interested in their recovery and working for recovery. You're willing to do that
Yes,
and follow all the rules?
yes.
Okay, my recollection and looking at the report, she had been doing well.
She had a really rough start, and then she did really, really well. And she has some real codependency issues. Like she she validates herself with this man, and that's pretty much, she's gonna have impulsive behavior because of it, and that's where it's got her.
Yeah, I question if he's the one that talks you into leaving, he's not looking out for your best interests, you know. I'm assuming you've had that thought while you've been sitting in jail for the last couple of days.
Yes.
So, I feel like I should at least reach out to Judge Ballard before we finalize that, so I'm going to put her aside, and then I'm going to see what Judge Ballard has to say, and if he's on board, then we'll send you back to Bethesda.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Emily Ann Bricker on a recall, case number CRB 23601 at Lawrence County Jail. And Crystal Gonson is on deck.
Texting Judge Ballard so, about that last case.
State of Ohio versus Emily Bricker on a recall at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 23601. Crystal Gonzon is on deck.
You seen the results?
I have not.
So this is a recall on the issue, well, one, whether she could be returned to Mended Reeds and to do sentencing. And I had her do a urine screen. They're showing that you tested positive for buprenorphine and fentanyl.
I haven't had a clean screen yet, Your Honor. I
Okay.
still have spent on my system.
That might be true. I'm not entirely sure of that, Your Honor.
All right. What's
I do need to advise that due to the nature of the charge and how it occurred, we are unable to take her back.
Okay. All right, so I guess we can look maybe for another facility, hometown.
Yeah. Yes, there are other treatment facilities available to me.
Okay, so I'm going to have them call and talk to you, and you heard what I said about her screening.
Yes.
Okay, so another facility's going to call and talk to you, and then we'll finalize after they've done that.
Okay. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Crystal Gonzon at the Lawrence County Jail. Case numbers TRD 193957 A and B. Olivia Gilpin is on deck.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I would like to say, I did relapse, it's been over a week and a half ago. I had to spend up with my son, I said some other things, and I've been in our recovery for over 8 years. I know what I need to do and how I need to do it. I've been outpatient surgery on West Boston. I did mess up. I very much so did mess up, but I do not deserve to have to go through any more time with my kids. I've looked out my kids in past court, and I'm trying to get back together. And I'm going to my doctor today when I get out of here. I regularly, you can call my doctor. I faithfully go. I'm always tested. If I mess up, I tell them. I go to groups. Me and my husband have relapsed together. It's been over a month and a half ago. And I don't know if he's telling you or who's telling you, because I was getting ready to leave to go to Myrtle Beach and possibly go do a different, maybe Oxford House or something. But no, I do not. I promise you. Put those in probation and I will. That's how I hurt myself. I did mess up over a week and a half ago. I don't even know if showed up, but I did.
Yeah, it's showing up. I'm showing you tested
I was
positive.
bothered.
Amphetamines, buprenorphine, cocaine, and methamphetamine.
Buprenorphine is my medicine. That's my Suboxone.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I think you're still,
And I have that stuff, but I've been doing this for over 8 years. I mean, it's not something I just started doing. I'm not sitting here bullshit, you tell me you're going here to get out of here at all. You can call my doctor and ask them. I've got 2 years of that doctor.
tell me about your kids.
I've got 6-year-old twins, and I've got a 9-year-old son, and I've got a 17-year-old son. Who's 16, almost 17.
And they're in the household with you?
They're in the household with me, yes, sir. And I'll go supervise probation. I'm that sure that I will not test dirty again. I mean, I didn't even wake up call.
You're going to be on supervised probation. There's no question about that. So,
That's fine.
who's in the household with you? You have a male that's in the household?
My husband, we're married, but he doesn't live with me. We're not living together at the time. So,
Does he have custody of the kids now?
no, I do. We just have to wait custody.
Where are they right now?
He's gone.
Okay. Are you?
He's in the red of the courtroom.
He's here.
Back there, back. Yeah, the red.
Well, this screen tells me that we got a problem that we need to deal with.
Please give it a chance, though. I mean, I don't want to have, I mean, I've done this for over 8 years, And I honestly diligently worked with recovery. I honestly have, and I've had some issues over the last couple of months. I've had some issues, I have. But if you put me on supervisor rotation, I promise you, I'm not gonna mess up. And if I do, you can put me in a rehab.
You've told me that at least 3 times, so I understand your position. So just keep saying it over and over is not helping me decide how to handle your case. What I want to do is address this so we get to a real solution that you get clean and stay clean.
I will. Yes, sir.
So how do you pay for medical services?
Medicaid.
You have a West Virginia medical card?
I don't think it's active, no.
Okay, but you have had one in the past?
It's been a while, yeah. I don't know what I'll do to go to treatment. I mean, if that's what you're trying to do to me, I'll be screwed. I mean, I really will. I'll be sitting in jail somewhere or something. I go to outpatient. That's what my biggest thing was.
You said you've been going to a doctor. Where have you been going to?
Yeah. House of Grace.
And that's where you get your Suboxone?
Yep. And I've always been honest with them anytime that I've messed up. I mean, even Paul, they would tell you. I've always been honest with them. I really just needed a wake-up call. Honestly, I haven't been in trouble for over 11 years. I mean, I haven't been in any kind of trouble. I don't know what I was even, I don't know.
Okay, and it looks like you've got an old case too.
It was a ticket.
Yeah, so I didn't address that before. They just brought that out. So case number 193957 was a driving under a suspended license charge.
Yep.
And
I told them I had got a ticket for it, but they said I had to show up to do the amount of the ticket or something. I had to show up to do the amount for how much the ticket would be.
well, it looks like you showed up for your initial arraignment hearing January 14th of 2020. Then you had a sentencing hearing on May 26th. I'm assuming the court gave you some time to get your license reinstated. You didn't show up, so you wound up getting a warrant.
I was in I did the second chance program years ago, but I messed it up when I first got out there. And I can't, it's hard to get back to one second chance thing. And I thought so much that I owed from when I used to be in trouble back years ago, where it was like 10 plus years ago. I've stayed out of trouble for a really long time. I've done really well. I don't know why I'm even sitting here right now.
Okay, can you post a bond to secure your appearance?
How much will the bond be?
Well, $1,000. So if you got $1,000, you can post that, you get it all back as long as you show up. If you don't have $1,000, you can hire a bail bondsman, and then probably $150 will get you out.
I don't know, you can ask my husband in the back there if he will.
Sir, can you post bond for her?
Should be able to, yeah.
Okay. Because here's what I don't trust you to come back to court, quite honestly. So.
I know, I will.
Well, you didn't come back before, back in 2020 when you had a traffic case. You didn't come back then. So I'm going to let you post a $1,000 cash or surety bond. So that way, what will happen if you don't come back, you're going to have a bail bondsman looking for you. And he's very good at tracking people down and getting them back into court. I want you to get treatment. You live, is this Monell Avenue, Huntington, the correct address?
Yes, sir. 3408.
Okay. I'm going to refer you to Valley Health because that's fairly close to where you live. And they do.
I've been to them.
Okay. Now, you need to be honest. In fact, I'm going to take a picture of your, I've got contacts there. I'm going to take a picture of your drug screen and send it to them. You know, you need to be honest about it. Okay, just be quiet while I talk. I want you to be honest with them about your history, about your problem. I mean, you've told me multiple times this has been an ongoing thing for 8 years. So we got to figure out a way to get you over that. You got a lot of reasons. You got a lot of responsibility with those kids. And you can't discharge your responsibilities to your children when you're doing cocaine and methamphetamine.
Absolutely.
So we're going to try it outpatient first. And if that doesn't work, then you'll have to go inpatient. So So you said you can do it outpatient? Show me. I want to see what you can do. So we'll refer you to Valley Health for outpatient treatment. They can give you the buprenorphine, that's a medical facility. I prefer you get it from them. And I'll set you back for, I'm going to go ahead, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to delay your sentencing. I'm going to accept your guilty plea. I'm not going to sentence you. I can sentence you after 6 months in jail. I'm not going to do that at this point because I want to see you get some treatment and get clean. And then and sir, you're sure she can get out on bond?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this for October 30th for a sentencing hearing. I'm going to send your information on to Valley Health. And there's several facilities that are close to you, I think, for Valley Health.
Yeah.
One on Third Avenue is pretty close to the east end.
It's the Valley Health East, I guess, it's by the high school, middle school.
Yes, across the street.
Yeah, because I couldn't get bond the other day, I'm kind of worried that I won't be able to get out.
Well, your husband says he's going to post bond, or that you can get it. So if something happens and you're still in the jail, I'll check and then I'll bring you back and have a hearing before October 30th. I don't want you sitting in jail forever. I want you to get out. I want you to do well. I want you to do treatment. But this is serious business. You can't blow this off.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Definitely. Yes, sir.
So you said you've done this for 8 years. Now's the time for it to stop. How old are you?
Well, I've done this for like 20 years. I've only tried to get sober for 8. I've done it for a lot longer.
How old are you?
Almost 40.
Okay.
And I've stayed sober for some years. I don't know why I'm here. It just is a one problem. You never get better. It's just aggravating.
Well, you're in there because you shoplifted. That's why you're in there. So.
Yeah, but I decided to use the week before, and I decided to let my life go down and not do what I needed to do, so here I am.
Okay, well, first step is recognizing you got a problem. Second step is starting to do something about it. I've given you the key for it. I want to see, so what's going to happen on the 30th is I expect to get a report from Valley Health. You've been there and started treatment and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Do you understand?
When can he, yes, sir. When can he pick me up now, or when can I?
Whenever a bond gets posted. So there's a bail bondsman is pretty responsive. He'll come. If you want to check with one of the court personnel, they can give you his phone number. You can call him.
Okay.
Can you go ahead and leave, come get me? Thank you. He doesn't look like he's going to do. See, I think he's waiting.
We gotta get a bill bondsman November 3rd.
Okay, his first step, he's got to go get the bail bondsman. Okay, we'll see you on October 30th with a good report, hopefully.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Olivia L. Gilpin to Lawrence County Jail, case number TRC 23-1291 A&D, CRB 23-539, CRB 23-591, CRB 23-592.
Goes between two things.
Joshua Carter is on deck.
This doesn't make sense. It looks like a mess, but it makes sense.
I've got one for Stratton and one for Sloan. Oh, there's a new charge. It's in there. They didn't give me a file on that. Well, I didn't see the file. I mean, I just had the charge. I don't know if they took it out. There's probably a folder somewhere floating around.
Yeah, because we needed it.
Okay. Judge Ballard did text me back and said he was on board with this
Okay,
plan.
we'll pick her up this afternoon.
Okay, so, and we can get an ankle monitor today? Do we have?
I don't know if we.
It has to be with an ankle monitor. I'm ordering her release to Bethesda. That was the agreement.
With an ankle monitor, yes.
That's what I told Judge Ballard.
Yes, that is.
Okay. When do we want to come back? The 30th, maybe?
Do you want to set it for sentencing? Is that what you want to do?
She was gonna plead to all the
Yeah, she was pleading guilty to all the charges.
charges.
Okay, yeah, since there's no felonies, I guess I could go ahead and just sentence her.
So, 30 for sentencing?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and sentence her now, so.
That'll take her out this court at least.
Okay, on the 23,591, that's just a disorderly conduct. You can add it up. $100 fine, suspended on the condition she completes treatment. Okay, 23,592.
Do you want to put her on any type of review or just?
Yeah, we'll set everything for October 30th for review. No, it's only 20 days, but we'll get some idea where she is.
Okay, now which one?
The next 23,592 was an assault. $100 fine, court costs, 180 days in jail, suspended. Well, I'll give her credit for time served since the 2nd, so that's 8 days. So 172 suspended, credit for 8. Suspended on condition she completes treatment. Review hearing October 30th.
It's got FBI and resisting arrest.
That's right.
And TRC 23,1291. Or 23,539, either one.
539,
That's fine.
review.
539 is resisting arrest, so $100 fine, costs, 180 days in jail, suspend 172, credit for 8 served. And 23,1291. The OVI, first offense, I'll give her the minimum fine, $375. Costs, 6-month license suspension starting September 3rd, 180 days in jail, suspend 172, credit for 8 served. And we'll order her to do community service, 2 years of level 4 probation, and I'll suspend the DIP school if she completes treatment, and suspend her fine, or jail time.
Yeah.
If she completes treatment.
Thank you. Is that it?
She had a lane violation, I'll dismiss it, but, so you'll track down the ankle monitor.
Yes, I'm gonna do that right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Joshua Carter, Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 23599.
All right, and he was being evaluated by Shawnee for inpatient treatment. Mr. Morford's case.
Your Honor, I spoke with him and he seems willing to come. He does meet all the criteria to come into inpatient, so I can get him today.
All right. I'm going to release him with an ankle monitor.
Who is this, Your Honor?
Joshua Carter, case number 23599. I'll convert his bond to 10,000 signature bond. Let's set him. For the 27th, October 27th, for preliminary hearing. So, Mr. Carter, you're going to go to treatment, and then I'll get, when you come back to court, I'll get a report as to whether you're doing what you're supposed to. If you aren't, then your case will go on to the grand jury for an indictment on a felony. If you do well, you can keep it here in this court, never get indicted, and eventually get your case dismissed. Okay. We'll see you on the 27th. Someone will pick you up this afternoon. We'll have to make arrangements about the ankle monitor.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Brittany Caldwell Smith as Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 131057, CRB 131153, A and B. Emily Ann Bricker is on deck.
Were you able to touch base with Judge Ballard? Or?
Yeah, I think I said before on another case, it was this case I talked to him about, and he is on board with, but with an ankle monitor.
Okay, so this.
That was the agreement, right?
So Major said he's just waiting on paperwork.
Okay. So she'll be released back to Bethesda with an ankle monitor. I think we can go further out with her.
She ain't going anywhere.
She will do well, I believe now, I hope.
Are there ankle monitors available?
Good question. November 9th will be your next hearing.
I believe there are. I spoke with John Majors. So,
Awesome, thank you.
thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Judge Capper.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Italy and Bricker at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 23601.
All right, so we were able to do a assessment and,
We can take her for inpatient treatment. She'll be at the South Point House.
okay. Now, I've got a Mount Vernon, Ohio address for you, is that right? What's your last address?
That's correct.
Okay. What were you doing here?
I brought myself out here for treatment.
So where had you been in treatment? Oh, you were at Minute Reads, right, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so hometown's gonna take you now.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm just gonna go ahead and sentence you then.
Okay.
Anything else you wanna tell me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, $100 fine, which I'll suspend on the condition that you complete treatment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Order you to pay the court costs. 180 days in jail. And I'll give you credit for 2 days, so suspend 178. Credit for 2 served. The balance of your jail is suspended if you complete treatment. And I'll set you for a review hearing November 9th. That's a Thursday. Because the 10th is a holiday. Okay, so someone's going to pick you up today from the jail to go to treatment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, they have finished this up at the jail.
Recording has stopped.
State of Ohio versus Marissa A. Reimer, case number CRA 23540, A, B, and C.
Mr. Scott's case, preliminary hearing.
It is.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Doing good?
Judge's report seems to be fairly positive. She's making progress. She's doing the right thing she needs to do. Most importantly, her screens are negative, not tested for alcohol. Everything else is negative. I spoke with the state this morning on this. We both agreed to kind of kick this can down the road a little bit. We're still waiting on some discovery stuff to come through.
Okay, come back in another month, approximately.
Does that work for you, Phil?
Yeah.
November 13th.
I can't do the 13th, Judge. I'm in a final inside.
Yeah.
I can do the 17th.
November 17th. November 17th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll be outside.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus David W. Kelly, case number CRA 23360.
Fires case.
Was that?
David W. Kelly. David W. Kelly.
Yeah, he was at a place in Athens, a new,
Yeah.
and being monitored by QRT.
QRT's not here today, I'm not here at all. To who? Okay. His reports are being sent to QRT, and it doesn't appear Megan's here today. I just didn't make that connection until just now. If I could, maybe just have a couple minutes.
Texting her.
Okay. Good job. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Recall.
All right, thank you. Just hang tight. Yeah.
State of Ohio recalls Gary Dale, case number CRB 23323 A and B. Something the big case wasn't.
Oh, yeah, I think, that's what they dismissed.
They were unwilling to dismiss the case, I believe that's incorrect.
He had obstruction, I told him that's the way we dismissed both. He had a domestic obstruction of justice. I just told him we dismissed both.
And this was, Mr. Stratton's case. Is he gone?
We heard this case today.
Yes, that's the one with Matt Stone.
Mr. Stratton?
Oh, sure.
I think they just wanted to dismiss one of the charges. There was domestic obstruction, and I told them we're dismissing both.
Okay, okay.
He's left, Your Honor.
Your Honor, was there a charge that we neglected?
Obstructing official business. It didn't get handled, so I didn't know if you wanted to go forward with it, or
Is that the one we ran out?
we dismissed
That's the one that.
the A case due to non-cooperation of the victim on the domestic
Just
violence.
dismiss it with
Yeah, but the obstructing.
I'll
Can I get that file back and look at it? Your
Yes,
Honor?
we'll recall it then.
Shoot, I already told Sam that. He probably looked at it. Yeah, I know. I'll go back that with the 60.
Well, you don't have to lift those. I had a discussion with him about that.
Well, but I just said it was all knowledge. Brandon.
I understand.
State of Ohio versus Jacqueline D. Dillon, case number TRD 192682, TRC 172192, A, B, and C.
Mr. Smith's case.
Yes, Your Honor, this is one that was originally scheduled for last Friday, and I asked to have it reset for today based on Ms. Dillon being in court at the same time in Boyd County. She is currently under ILC reviews every month with Judge Finley. So I think we get back on the 1st. I believe she has some cases still pending, but she believes that she's paid all her fines and everything. So I'm not sure if this.
Here?
Yes, if everything's been resolved here, I'd ask, I'm not sure if this was, if we're monitoring anything else.
Okay, let's check and make sure. Looks like it may be the case. Can you show me if everything's been paid off?
Well, that was Nolly to TRC.
172192B. Okay. And then 192682. 192682. Okay. We'll consider her cases here completed.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going back to the jail now. We've got new charges on Corey Little.
State of Ohio versus Corey Little, case number CRA 23605 A and B.
Is Mr. Steyer still here?
Yes.
All right. This is, have you seen the charges?
I haven't, but
Tampering with evidence is the A case 605A, B case is vandalism. They're both charged as, well, tampering is a felony 3, the vandalism is a felony 5. Do you waive the complete?
yeah, we'll waive reading, ask to have a preliminary hearing set at, well, we're set for Friday anyway, so I just asked to set this for preliminary on Friday when we're already here. And I would ask that the bond that's been set already cover these matters as well.
All right, preliminary hearing will be this coming Friday, which is the 13th. Bond is 25,000, I think is what I said.
I believe, Your Honor.
Cash or 30.
And I would ask that that same bond cover all matters.
All right, it'll cover
Thank you.
all charges. 25,000 cash or surety this Friday at 10 o'clock for preliminary hearing.
Is there anything else at the jail right now?
I think that's it.
Your Honor, I contacted Ms. Dalrymple regarding Mr. Kelly, and she advises that he is compliant.
Okay. Call him back up then, David W. Kelly. Case number is 23360. She texted me also. Says he's checking in and doing well.
So, Your Honor, I don't know if the state, it feels that we're ready to let this go into the hands of the QRT team to continue onward, or if it wants to come back again.
Which case is this?
David W. Kelly.
Well, I mean, we had discussed their involvement before, and we would not be opposed to that being, as far as we're concerned, either way is fine. Leave it here or let QRT take over.
He's been doing it for a while, so I'm okay with just nolling it to the QRT. They can refile it or take it to the grand jury if he messes up. So you won't have to come back here. You still have to stay compliant with what they set up for you, their check-ins.
Okay.
And then eventually it'll be dismissed, or totally dismissed, without any possibility of being refiled once you complete what they want you to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yes,
So
no.
just checking.
Yeah, continue to check on
Which
that.
means it can be refiled.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Charles W. Brown, case number CRB 22413, set for sentencing, Your Honor. He did not check in.
Charles Brown. Seems like that's,
It's not set till Friday.
he's paid quite a bit on his fines. He's never done his community service.
It was set for the 16th.
It's like every time. Every time he has a hearing, he fails to show up.
Oh, yeah, this one. Okay, so this is set for Friday too.
Janice covered for what I have to, get some notes for her.
Yeah, I'll take those files back on Tuesday and then.
So I'll set bond forfeiture for October 30th.
Because it just makes things more complicated.
It does, but you gotta make yourself sanity.
State of Ohio recalls Amanda Hicks, case number TRD 12-1804, CRB 12-456, CRB 08-162.
Okay, this is a review hearing, Ms. Hicks. Was called earlier, she wasn't here, she's here now. You just have fines to pay. Do you have a payment on your fines today?
Yeah,
How much are you gonna pay?
50.
Okay, see the clerk, make your payment. I'll set November 9th as your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Taylor Bryan, case number CRB 2112, CRB 23-112. Okay, it looks like you're Taylor Bryan. You had a hearing on October 2nd that you didn't show up for.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah. A week ago yesterday. You still have some community service to do,
Yeah, I think I got 4 days, or 3 or 4.
a little over 4 days.
Okay.
Do you have a payment on your fines?
No, I will Friday.
Okay. Get out here, do community service, get your stuff done. I'll set your next hearing for November 3rd,
Okay.
9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have your file on that Gary Dale?
I do.
Okay, we can do that.
State of Ohio recalls Gary Dale, case number CR A 23-323 A and B. Excuse me, that's CRB.
CRB 23-323. So the B case escaped us. We nollied the A case, but what do you want to do with the B case? Do you want to keep it or nollie it?
We want to keep it.
Okay. We need to notify Mr. Stratton. October 30th.
State of Ohio recalls Stephen Thompson, case number CRA 22617, TRC 222476, A, B, and C.
Madam Treasurer.
Yes. Mr. Morford's case, that RRS. Yeah. Okay, it's a good, really good report. Good job. Keep monitoring. It's got a felony that we can eventually dismiss. If he keeps this up.
Agreed.
November 20th.
That's good for your judge.
November 20th will be the next hearing. Good job, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Hey, Butch.
State of Ohio versus William J. Wilburn, case number TRC 23270, A, B, and C.
Mr. Hermines, for motion here.
Your Honor, I don't know if it would be possible to call Mr. McCown's case. I've got a 1 o'clock in common pleas, and he was going to cover that for me during my suppression.
That was the one they wanted to meet in chambers.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll meet Mr. McCown, Mr. Field in chambers on Esteban and Baines. Court will be in recess.